All right, another episode of Pale Pink Ink being shot here in my car all in one fucking day. Okay, so we're on to a new journal. This is the next one that I was keeping when I was in Australia. I originally bought this notebook when I was 15 and took it to Guadeloupe with me on a super problematic mission trip with my church. And there's this cute girl in Guadeloupe named Amanda, and she drew pictures for me in my notebook, and that was awesome. So I saved them. They're still there. Um, and then I decorated the cover the way I normally do for journals. So I used excellent pink unicorn duct tape, like high quality. I've got some stickers that my roommate from Germany, Steffi, gave me. I always save my fortunes from fortune cookies. This one says, "The first blow does not fell the tree." This one says, "Patience is the best remedy for every trouble." Um, I've got some more in the back. One just says relationships with a period. Don't know what that's supposed to mean. One says, "Put some old business behind you today." One says, "New and rewarding opportunities will soon develop for you." And one says, "You are provided with the material things you need." There's a decent story behind that one, but I'm not going to share it because this is all being really poorly handled. I also have a quote that was given to me in a card at summer camp. It says, "It's all right letting yourself go as long as you can get yourself back," said by none other than Mick Jagger, my boy. This is the words to the opening song in Disney's Peter Pan. It hung in my room for many years, and then I took it down, and now it's in there. This was the cover of my agenda at some point in high school, also covered in duct tape and unicorns because my aesthetic hasn't changed very much. Yeah, so that's this journal. Let's dive in and read some shit. Oh, this story isn't nice, but we're going to tell it anyway, I guess. I messaged Felix and told him about it and thanked him for the lesson. And then the other day, he sent me a picture that put me in a bit of a tailspin. A picture of his TV screen. He was watching a movie and Tay was in bed covered by a sheet. I didn't want it to bother me, and I know he didn't do it to be mean. It was an act of solidarity because he was saying how his character gets beat up or whatever. But I cried a whole bunch. God, I hate my life. I was about to sit down and write, and I still tried to, but I was too consumed by how upset I was. I had to feel my feelings instead of writing. I don't like when things like that, especially Tay-related things, get in the way of what I want to do. So I was kind of beating myself up for having to feel upset when I wanted to be accomplishing things. And I was already beating myself up for not going to the gym, even though that was really just because I didn't fit it into my schedule, which isn't my fault, but is still frustrating because it didn't fit into my schedule. And I really wanted to be done being upset before going to the meeting that was making me unable to go to the gym because of the way it interrupted my free time, but I was still upset and therefore couldn't focus on the computer stuff we were learning in the meeting, and I'm shit at computer stuff already, so I felt so insufficient, and I just hated that this was all compounding on top of itself. It was fucking awful. I was silently tearing up during the meeting and barely ate anything afterward during lunch. It fucking sucked. And I knew there was a lesson in there for me to learn, but I couldn't figure it out because I had to sit in this meeting. So frustrating. That's the end of what I wanted to read there. What do we have next? February 25th, 2018. Doing better today. Casey is reassuring me that he must love me. You don't even have to worry about who that he is. And I had a really good conversation with Teresa about it today. Please help me to understand. On my birthday, I brought the cute Indian bartender from the crew bar back to my cabin. He started off seeming very in the zone, but then immediately was at war with himself. Didn't want to take advantage of me. Has never had sex. He's 27, from India. His parents have arranged a marriage for him yet because he doesn't have enough. And I drop off mid-sentence. I don't know what that's about. I'm feeling pretty zen today. I cut my hair again last night, which was pretty fucking dumb. I think I'm going to buy a box of hair dye and practice some self-care, I think. My faded dye job is driving me nuts and I feel ugly lately. A picture of my nice dark hair came up on Time Hop today and it might help me feel pretty. Becca said she thinks I feel ugly because the negativity of the ship is invading my aura. I said I think having a bad haircut, wearing a skirt every day, and not having anyone around who I find attractive or vice versa is getting to me. Sounds like we're both referring to the same thing. Okay, that's enough for this one.